Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm sorry about this, guys. Okay, if I sound disheveled during this podcast, I'm hanging out. It's going on 1 a.m. I'm having a couple beers. Let's see. We're in the middle of a week where we're supposed to get 12 inches of snow. I don't know if we will or not. But okay, so I'm just gonna be myself, and if it sounds disheveled, okay, it just will. Um, okay, so I've been going through some of the blogs and stuff, and this whole crap with, hang on, let me go like this. Well, I'm gonna go for it. Hang on, I have to get, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. Okay, so Lady C has been putting out all these damn predictions. Apparently, although I don't know because I haven't been to her boring YouTube channel, I'm sorry. This video is not about Lady C. I'm just being sarcastic and bitchy, which is my normal style. Lady C apparently now has a members only channel, LOLOLOLOL, which gives her more money in her coffers, so she can, go for the next spielio in her castle, which, by the way, I looked at pictures of it. It looks really bland. I mean, I've toured a hell of a lot of I've toured Arundel Castle, which is nearby there. I've been to some restaurants there, and I've really, honestly, some of the funnest times I've had in England have been in that region. And I'm sure she's a wonderful person, to bump into or whatever. But I mean, her YouTube, she puts out information, but there's not much to it. Like, they were supposed to get divorced, right? Or I know it was going through the court system and they were legally separated. Right now, Meghan Markle, in my opinion, is getting plastic surgery. Why, you say? Why is that your opinion? Because she's got the coronation coming up and she needs to look better than Catherine. And Meghan Markle needs, I mean, if I were Meghan, unless she's got something wrong with her where she hurt herself or something of that nature and she can't exercise. I thought she was this yoga guru, and there were all these pictures of her contorting in all these positions, and I said to myself, I'll be damned, that looks like a damn body double, but we've seen a couple of pictures of Meghan carrying around a yoga mat, blah 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 blah, with Doria. Oh, okay. But frankly, if she was that wonderfully in fit and in shape, she would look like Catherine. You know why? Because Catherine is someone who really is in good shape, who really has been interested in sports, who really does work out, and who isn't just bullshitting. Is it a possibility Meghan contorted herself and did all this? Oh, well, yoga, it sounds so centered and so new age and all. And Kate's out there playing soccer, and I heard she runs 5K a day, or is it 5 or 3? I think 3K or something, or, a day. And that's enough. Believe me, if I do like 2.5, 3 miles a day, that's great. Right now, I'm doing a little over 3 miles walk jog because of the ice situation in my area. And I have to actually at times stop because I have nowhere to go and there are cars and traffics and things like that coming at me, and I have to put my safety first because, frankly, I can't afford a fall. And we've had so much darn weird weather patterns running through here and whatnot that we have weird ice buildup. And I'm not just talking about a little bit, I'm talking about inches. And so I bought a fairly expensive pair of boots to walk-in, but I'm jogging in them too, but they're not really made for that. So I'm doing 3.5 maybe. And that's enough to keep a woman who's in shape. And that's what I'm saying. I don't see Megan as a woman that does this type of thing. That's like takes a kayak and throws it in her trunk and finds a lake and pulls it around, and people are looking at her like, out of that person crazy? And I'm saying, yeah, I am crazy. And they, do you need help? I'm like, no, I'm good. And I don't see Megan being that person at all, ever, And I just hope that my summer goes as planned this year, because I'm trying to get trained for that. I can't see Megan doing that. Chelsea Davy is known to do that. Megan doesn't do that. So Megan has an issue where she is super out of shape, but she uses web or CGI type apps to make herself look slimmer, and or angles, because that is she's her daddy's girl. And so, the pictures in Germany, she looked more slender, but then when we saw her running around KP, or was that Kensington? No, Windsor Castle, where she was doing that walkabout in Windsor, she looked pretty chunky to me. And Catherine has actually given birth to 3 children and still remains svelte. Megan just has a different body. She has a different body type. Megan is a type of woman that can get the plastic surgery. She can get the liposuction, or I think it's called some ice freezing therapy. I think Linda Evangelista at least has had that, and it ruined her body and ruined her face and blah, 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 blah. And she's been in hiding. And might I suggest, again, for the nth time, just don't, if you have issues where you want to look more slender or want to do this, or the only thing that's going to work really, truly, and make you feel better is diet and exercise. I think Megan is having more plastic surgery so that she looks good at the coronation, because you bet your sweet ass she will be there. You can contemplate this all you want. She'll be there. She'll be invited. There won't be children there because she doesn't have any kids. But we'll see CGI pictures of them because they snubbed Archie, because they snubbed him at the Queen's funeral or Jubilee or whatever, and they didn't come to his birthday party. Therefore, she'll say, you're not good enough to see my son Archie, or my daughter Lilibet, Elizabeth, Diana, or whatever, and you're not good enough. Therefore, they're staying at Windsor. They're staying at Frogmore. And bleep you, you're not going to see them. But Catherine's kids are perfect. And they look like Catherine, and they look like William. And that's, yeah. And they're still showing that one CGI pic, a couple of different pics of Archie from 2019, 2020, where Megan is wearing the Walmart dress and has her hair slicked back. You know what I'd like to see Megan in a real pretty hairstyle that you see on Black American television right now. And I would love to see that on her. A more full, naturally curly style. But I don't really think she has any hair anymore, because I think it's so damaged from all the straightening and the implementation of all the glue and all the weaves she's had, that she doesn't really have any hair left per se. So she puts all these wigs on, and she looks heavy. When I say heavy, she looks heavy, like, ugh, like you think of a person and you think, ugh, I have to spend the day with that person. Ugh, that's what I mean. She looks heavy, like like her personality, and then ugh, yuck. And Prince Harry, he's barely functional, if you want my opinion, unless he's tooting. And that last video I did where I spoke about him, Harry, microdosing shrooms. I mean, I read about that a few years ago. Do you guys realize what he's saying is he's taking a mind-altering psychedelic drug to alter his thoughts and feelings during the day? For what reason? For what reason? Because I know, because he's unable to cry when looking at footage of his mother. Maybe so what? Eventually he'll get to his feelings, even if it takes 5 or 10 years. He doesn't need psychedelics to do that. So now we're talking about Samantha Markle and that bullshit. And anytime I bring this up, people think I'm a troll, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. That's cool. I'm, not. But the point I'm trying to make is all along I said this is the most silly bullshit case on the planet. So I pulled up an article. I'm going to grab some water. Hang on. I'm sorry. I pulled up an article. And I've been reading some blogs and all this crap. And, I saw Samantha on with Wooten, and she's making tons of money right now. She has a new makeover. I think she's had like a mini facelift. She's had Botox. She's had lip injections, all that jazz. And again, if that's what she wants to do, that is fine. But it's lopsided unless she had a stroke. I don't think she did. And I'm not really sure what her condition is. I read that she fell off a ladder, and I read that she had MS. So I'm really not sure why she's in the wheelchair. I don't know if it's both, one or the other. I feel bad for her if she does indeed have this paralysis is a tragedy. That being said, I understand that she was on disability, living in what appeared to be one hell of a, for Americans. I mean, I've worked with very low-income people. I'd say she looked as though she was on the bottom of the barrel, but maybe that was just stage implementation. With these old chairs and bad clothing and bad hair and bad everything. And now suddenly she's got plumped up lips and Botox and, blah, blah, blah. And talking to Dan Wooten like she's some sort of a philosopher. And she's going to sue her sister, by God, because she said something about me I didn't like. Wow. You can't really sue anyone for that. It doesn't really have a basis. If someone did something to you that and one of the most difficult cases that a judge could, or a lawyer could take on, an attorney could take on, would be a defamation, because A, it varies from state to state, B, hard to prove. Dare I say, in Samantha's case, anything that Samantha deemed inflammatory only made her money. Because if everything would be perfect, wrap a bow on it, oh, we love each other, isn't that wonderful? Yay, 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 yes, that's Megan, that's my sis, that's my half-sister. Yes, isn't that great? Blah, 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 blah. She wouldn't make money. And she's banking off of GB News in Great Britain right now. I don't know what else she's doing here in the U.S. I have no interest in this girl whatsoever. If she's a never Trumper, anti-Trumper, Joe Biden person, liberal Dem, personally, I don't want her in my country. This is what I'm saying. I'm just letting it go on this video. I mean, I could care less about her. To me, she is stupid because there's no intelligent merit in having that kind of mindset. Unless she's getting more food stamp money or something, which she'd end up getting anyway. So we go to judge sides with Meghan and Markle and Samantha's defamation lawsuit. Now, what did I tell you? This was a few days ago. Today's, the 20th? 4 days ago. Ugh. She's not pregnant here. I mean, she's just not. She's more pregnant than what she was in that picture with the black and white dress where she was like ready to pop. I don't think so. The judge admitted she was struggling to see how the alleged damaging words penned by Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durant in Finding Freedom could be seen as coming from Meghan. Meghan and her husband, to have the court case dismissed was rejected. However, the couple may have to answer questions separately in a deposition should the case reach the next stage. If they are requested to be deposed, they don't necessarily even have to show up. They can have a judge do it. They can have it extended. Everything is being done via Zoom. It's not even being seen in court. I am sorry to say that is this in Florida that she's doing this? It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for Samantha Markle because she's pissed off because her sister lied about something. The problem is that today everyone lies about everything. And as a matter of fact, there is a very liberal judge with several $1 million in her coffers, according to Ballotopedia, where I'm getting text messages that they bought from the election rolls because I could not register at my new address down in Milwaukee without giving them my phone number. They refused to put through the the registration. And then I think I had to touch yes. And I'm like, what is this? Why am I doing this? And then I have to agree to them using my personal information before I can vote. That seems like a stretch, doesn't it, guys? So anyway, I'm now getting these huge ads from political campaigns on my text message, which has me absolutely furious. And I discovered yesterday that started. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe my phone number was sold to a campaign that I don't even, and it was a judge. It was a judicial seat, an elected judicial seat. So if this is in Florida, which I think it might be where she filed, that's, I don't know what district. In Florida, which district? You have liberal districts there, you have conservative districts there. It could affect her entire career. Nobody wants to see this shit going through court. Can you imagine an ad on television saying, Judge, whatever her name is, wasted your tax dollars, and then they give the amount on Meghan Markle on a Prince Harry lawsuit with this woman, and then they'd show Samantha's lopsided face. And Prince Harry maybe in the Nazi uniform or naked in Vegas at a hot tub covering his dick. I don't see this going anywhere, but I said it when it happened. As an American chick tied in with politics, this ain't going anywhere. Oh, and P.S., by the way, of course, Harry and Meghan will be at the coronation. And Meghan right now is prepping herself because this is a big As Joe Biden once said to Barack Obama on a hot mic after he stole tons of freedom from the people of the United States via their shitty healthcare bill, as he said to Barack, this is a big fucking deal. Right, Megan? So Megan and her coronation bullshit is a big fucking deal. And she is going to look better than Catherine if she has to go through 6 months post-op recovery. And there are no kids. Okay. So, I'm glad I was right about that again. Not trying to be a bitch, but loving ya.